Yo, what is going on, guys? It is AJ Bants here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you are new around here. Today we've got a chill video for you guys. I just want to go through my modded controller collection, show you guys each control, and just go through kind of my thought process on each different control and the reasons why I modded them in the ways I did. So starting off at number one, we'll go into the first ever controller I modified, and that was this Dualshock full controller. Now, just looking at it, it looks like a pretty standard controller. You know, it's got some different buttons on it. But whatever, it's no big deal until you turn it on. And I just turned my PS4 on and you can see it's got a really nice RGB mod built into it. This RGB mod is made by Xtreme, and you can actually control each individual button separately, change the color to whatever you want. It looks really, really nice. And yeah, so the reason why I modded this controller with the RGB mod is basically just because I've been wanting an RGB mod for control for so long, literally for years. So yeah, I decided I'm going to get myself a Dualshock full controller, and preferably a black one, just because I feel like RGB mods show a lot nicer against a black surface. It pops a little bit more. And yeah, that is pretty much the reason why I RGB modded this controller. Other than that, there's no other mods done to this control. The RGB mod does come with these custom buttons so that the lights can shine through. And pretty much the layout you can see that I have currently on it is kind of similar to the RGB layout I've got on my desk as well, that pinky blue. It's just a really good combination of colors in my opinion. So yeah, that is my RGB mod controller for the PS4 controller and the reason why I've done it. Oh yeah, and I've also got the custom sticker there that just says AJ Bants on it as well. Moving over to the second controller that I ever modded. That is the second Dualshock controller. This one is the older Dualshock controller. This one that I modified is the second gen Dualshock controllers. So yeah, this is the first Dualshock controller, and this is the control I had since the PS4 came out. So it was already on its last breath. So I thought, you know what, I want to try actually customize the control myself. So I custom spray painted this myself. I custom fitted all the buttons in, and in my opinion, I think it came out really nice. And again, I went for that same kind of color scheme as the one you see behind me, the pink and blue. In my opinion, I just think it looks really nice together. As you can see on the actual controller, so we've got blue aluminium thumbsticks, and we've got like a neon blue metallic buttons throughout the rest of the controller. And then it's sprayed also in a neon pink, which in person looks so much nicer than it does on camera, but it does actually still look nice on camera as well. So yeah, that's the reason why I modded this controller. I just thought, you know what, this controller is about to die, so if I do mess it up, it doesn't really matter. But I've had this controller since the PS4 came out. So yeah, it's still going strong, and I just really like the colors, which is why I went for this color scheme. Okay, moving on to the next controller. It is my black Dualsense controller, and this is now not in order because I actually modded the white one before this one, but I'll show you guys the white Dualsense controller last because that controller's got a bit more mods done than the other controllers that I use. So again, looks like just your standard controller with see-through buttons instead of the normal standard black buttons. But the difference with this controller is that if I hold down square, up and left at the same time, you guys are going to see in just a second, boom, we've got an RGB mod on this controller as well, which again looks super, super clean. I chose to do this on the black one. I was going to actually do this to my white controller. The reason why I decided not to is that, again, I thought that having a black controller might make the RGB stand out a lot more, and I would say I was probably right about that. I have seen this RGB mod done to the white controller, and don't get me wrong, it looks super, super nice. But in my opinion, I think RGB looks nicer against black backgrounds, as I said. So that is why I went and purchased a black controller and then got the RGB mod kit for it. By the way, if you guys are wondering what RGB mod kits I'm using, these are all from Xtreme. This one is from Xtreme, and so is the one for my PS4 controller. The difference between this mod kit and the one on my PS4 controller is that this one you can't control the individual lights, you have to control them all at once, which is kind of a bummer. It'll be sick if you could control them individually like the PS4 controller, but it's not that big of a deal. It still looks great, and I'm very happy with the way the mod came out. Okay, now last but definitely not least, that is my white Dualsense controller. Now this is the controller that I use on a daily for playing competitive shooters and all stuff like that. So first of all, on the front, we've got the Big Wave. The Big Wave, I believe, is from a Japanese book about a guy teaching his son the importance of life over death. So it has got some meaning behind it, and I actually really like the meaning. I'm still yet to pick up that book. I do need to buy that book because it just sounded really interesting. So I definitely will purchase that. But yeah, that is the front of the controller. We've got a nice custom case for it. And then moving over to the back of the controller, as you guys can see, if my camera would focus, there we go. We've got a back pedal Remap kit hooked up to it, and this isn't one that you just like plug into the controller. This is one that you actually properly install so that it's integrated directly into the control. And so yeah, my thoughts going into this one, starting off with the faceplate. The reason why I got this one done is because I really like that Japanese style, and I actually looked into it before I put it on the controller, and I like the meaning behind it, which is why I purchased that. And honestly, I just think that looks so clean. But then I also knew that this is probably going to be the controller that I'm going to be using for gaming a lot. Even though I've got all these other controls, I knew that this will be the one that I'll probably game on a lot, because this was actually the first DualSense controller I got. So I decided to pick up the Xtreme Ryze Remap Kit, which is this, what you can see at the back. And basically to install this, you have to take your whole controller apart, put on a new back panel, everything. I've got a whole video on that. If you guys want to check it out, it'll be up here somewhere. You could go ahead and check that out. So what I've pretty much done is I've mapped my jump and melee button to this one, so that I don't have to take my finger off the thumbstick to jump and melee and things like that. I can leave my finger on the thumbstick, jump around melee people as needed. And it does make it so much easier when you're playing games like Call of Duty or Splitgate, especially games like Splitgate where it's heavily reliant on you being able to boost and jump around the map. If you're having to take your hand off of essentially the aim button to jump, then you're automatically at a disadvantage. Therefore, the Remap kit is really helpful with that, where I can just jump around and I don't have to remove my hand off any of the analog sticks. And so there you go, that is my modded controller collection. And best believe we're going to have so many more controllers coming in the future that I'll be doing some really cool mods to. So make sure you stick around for that. But anyways, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on bell notifications, because I've got videos just like this. I'll see you guys in the next one.
I don't want to look back, I don't want it like that. I've been going too fast, all the girls like that. And the fake ones want to see my pulse go flat. And my day ones know I'm a pace on that.